seconds and counting.
Hey, what's good, guys? It's Clutch City Entertainment here, back with another video. And for today's video, I'm gonna be going over some offensive prospects to watch out for during this college season. For this upcoming 2021/2022 season, so I'm going to be giving you my top 3 prospects that you should look out for, that the Houston Texans could potentially be looking at, or potentially even draft in next year's draft. So for number 1, I'm gonna start off with Spencer Rattler. He's a very commonly known name. He's a very talked about player, a very loved prospect. I know that a lot of Houston Texans fans love him. A few of them, they're not really too thrilled with him. But a majority of the Texans fans, they really like him. And personally, I believe he has the talent to be a franchise guy. But I want to say a little bit more. I'm gonna go over like his highs and his lows, and different things like that. So Spencer Rattler's is 6'1". He's 6'1", 205 pounds. Current year, I believe this year's gonna be a redshirt sophomore. And he has a very, very strong arm. His mechanics, for his mechanics for his age right now, I believe he's 20? To be a 20-year-old in the college and be a sophomore, his mechanics are very, very well. And then to match it with his arm strength, that's incredible. You can't really see much of that. Sure, he'll make a common or a careless mistake here and there. He'll throw an absolute duck, or he'll throw it right into the hands of a defender. That's something you really, really don't want to see from a quarterback. But all quarterbacks are going to make some throws like that at some point in their career. And it's better for them to make it in college than in the NFL. He has some pretty decent speed. He's able to get out of the pocket, make some plays, get a first down, or even rush for a touchdown. He has very, very good arm strength to push the ball downfield at will. And his zip on the ball, it's just incredible. The way he's able to throw the ball, it looks so effortlessly. A lot of people compare his throwing to Patrick Mahomes. And that's a pretty far push, or a pretty far comparison in my opinion. But when you look at them, when you compare the two, if you have two of them throwing side by side, they really do throw identically. Obviously, Spencer Rattler's not no Patrick Mahomes, but just the way he's able to zip the ball downfield. But one of the main lows for him is just that he just makes careless mistakes. And sometimes he doesn't know when to escape the pocket. Sometimes he'll be there way too long. He'll either stare down a receiver, or he'll just be there in the pocket waiting too long and waiting for a guy to go sack him. You don't really want, you don't want that at a quarterback. You want him to make a quick read, a quick throw, and if nothing's there, get out the pocket or throw it away. And that's something that he kind of lacks on. It's obviously fixable. Most of his lows, they're pretty fixable. There's not one low that stands out to me that's unfixable, that you can't fix. And that's something that's really, really important. Another low for him is just the inability to read the defense. Pre-snap, let's just say he's not the best at reading pre-snap. Once in a while, we'll make a good pre-snap read, but most of the time, it's not the best. You can change the play or call out the defense or something like that, and he really doesn't do it much. I know in college, you rarely have to do that, but if you want to be a pro NFL quarterback, you're going to have to do that a little bit more. And that's something that I would look for this season for him, if you're really going to want to watch him. That's one of my quarterbacks to watch. The next guy is Malik Willis, quarterback out of Liberty. He's 6'1", 215 pounds. He's a redshirt senior, and I believe he's 23. So going into this college season at age 23, it's kind of old. I believe by the draft he's going to be 24. So going into his rookie year, he's going to be 24 years of age. It's nothing crazy old, but you wouldn't really want that. That's one of his really main concerns in my opinion. Everything else about him, he's electric, a crazy arm talent, crazy speed. For me, my comparison is a Lamar Jackson with a better arm, with a more accurate, with a more powerful arm. Malik Willis, he's able to make throws on the run like it's nothing. He looks like a Mike Vick out there. That's what it looks like. Obviously Mike Vick is left-handed and Malik Willis is right-handed. But when you watch them, the two, Malik Willis, he plays very, very similar in a way. The way he's able to run out the pocket, his arm strength, everything about him. And his speed, he looks like so Trey Lance. Trey Lance, he's able to run if when he played with, I believe it was North Dakota State, when he runs, he's able to just lower his shoulder and truck people. And Malik Willis, he's able to do some of that too. He can truck people, he can juke people, and then not to mention his crazy electric speed. That's like what you want in a scrambling quarterback, and probably what you would want in a quarterback nowadays. Like nowadays, you got quarterbacks like obviously Lamar Jackson. You got quarterbacks like Deshaun Watson, quarterbacks like Jalen Hurts, Tua Tagovailoa. All these new quarterbacks that are coming in, they're all multi-dimensional. They can scramble, they can throw on the run. Patrick Mahomes, he's one of the best quarterbacks, not the best quarterback currently. He's able to throw on the run like that. He has okay speed, nothing crazy. Josh Allen, he's able to run. He's able to throw on the run. I mean, like, all of these guys that are coming to the NFL, you have to be able to run. And that's something that Malik Willis is really able to do, and that's one of his main strengths. If one of his lows for me is sometimes he doesn't know how to get his feet set. Like, when he calls for the ball, he'll take his drop back, and then he doesn't know where to set his feet. And that's sometimes what can cause him to be inaccurate with the football. And it's very obvious at times. Like when you watch him, the talent that he plays, he doesn't play against the best competition. But I mean, when he does play when Malik Willis plays at his best, he plays very, very, very well against his lower competition. Obviously, there's lower competition, so I mean, you should perform very well. But I mean, the mistakes that he does make is just his own careless mistakes. It's nothing that he's not good or nothing like that. It's just, as I said, he's not able to get his feet set or anything like that. But yeah, he should be a very, very intriguing prospect for the Houston Texans to look at if they are to potentially move on from Deshaun Watson like it's rumored to be. And the next guy that I want to talk about is the offensive tackle. I know that we have Laramie Tunsil and Titus Howard, but apparently they're trying to move Titus Howard to left guard for some reason. I mean, I don't really get the model or the memo with that. I mean, it's very, very hard to find a stable left tackle and right tackle in this league. It's easier to find a guard, in my opinion, and to move a very, very, I guess, solidified / trustworthy tackle to a guard position. I mean, I don't really understand it, but if that's what the Houston Texans want to do, I mean, that's what they want to do. And an offensive tackle that could somewhat, I guess, replace Titus Howard at right tackle, so Titus Howard can go play left guard. For me, it's Evan Neal. He's a monster, 6'7", 360 pounds. He looks like a guy that you create on Madden to be your quarterback or running back. That's like the type of build he has. He has an insane build. He's an offensive tackle for Alabama. He's in his junior year. I believe he's 21. I believe he's actually 20 years of age. So that's very, very young. He has a very strong frame. And for him to be that big at 6'7", 360, he doesn't move at it like at all. He has some very solid speed for offensive tackle. His agility is insane. And he doesn't move slow at all. Like, his athleticism is very, very well. He's able to bend. He's able to show his power. And for him, he's more of a mauler type of guy. Like, he's going to run into you and he's going to push you all the way back. It's not one that's like an offensive tackle that's just going to stay still and, just normal. Like a normal pass protection. He's not like that. He's a guy that's going to go. He's going to push you to the dirt. And he's going to give you everything he has, like every play. And that's something that Alabama's really been high on him for. Like, he's a guy that's always going to show 110% every single play. In Alabama, they're very well known for creating offensive linemen. I believe over the past, 2 or 3 years in the NFL draft, I believe they've had, maybe 5 or 6 offensive linemen drafted in the first 5 rounds or something like that. But they're like a monster at creating offensive linemen. I believe he's a 5-star recruit coming out of 2019. I don't know where he came out of, but he was a 5-star recruit, very, very good. And if you were to draft him, I mean, it wouldn't be the most sexiest pick, the most entertaining or flashy pick. But, I mean, improving our offensive line as of right now, they're pretty solid as it looks in training camp. But, I mean, most of these guys, other than Laramie Tunsil, Max Sharping, and Titus Howard, the other guys, for the most part, they're kind of old. Look at Lane Taylor. He's pretty old. Look at Marcus Cannon. I believe he's 33, 34. Just a lot of these guys are pretty old. They have some age on them. So, I mean, drafting a 20-year-old, or I believe at the time of the draft, he'd be 21. But drafting a 21-year-old monster right tackle to protect your future franchise quarterback, whether it be Deshaun Watson, whether it be Davis Mills or whoever it be, to get another offensive tackle to just ensure that he's safe. Offensive tackle that can pass block, run block, do it all. That wouldn't be the worst option. So right now I'm just gonna go through and list the guys like where I believe that these guys that I named are gonna go. For Spencer Rattler, I believe, as of right now, he's projected to be like a top 2 pick. I don't think many people have him dropping below 2. But for me, by the time the season goes through, I believe he'll show a few more flaws. He won't be the most. He's going to be, obviously, he's going to make some plays. He's going to be very, very flashy. But by the time the season goes on, I believe he'll drop down to like maybe top 5, top 6 pick. So if you have a top 6 pick, I mean, I believe we should draft him. He has the talent. The only thing that I don't really like is his persona. Like his personality. He kind of seems cocky in a way. Like there's a difference between confidence and cocky. For me, he has a little bit of cockiness in him. But I mean, it could be good for you, but I mean, I don't really like it. And the next guy, Malik Willis, I believe he's not gonna be that high of a pick. I believe he's gonna be like a top 20 pick. So maybe like the second or third best quarterback in this draft. So I believe he could go maybe like around top 15, top 20ish. But yeah, I believe we should for sure give him a chance, even though he's gonna be 24. That's still fairly young. And he has all the talent in the world. He has everything. He just needs to get his mind right to be an NFL quarterback. And the offensive tackle I was just talking about, Neal, I believe he's probably gonna be like a top 7 draft pick. He's probably gonna be the first offensive lineman off the board, in my opinion. He's just an absolute monster. Like the size, like that's exactly what you want in an offensive tackle. 6'7", over 350 pounds. That's insane. Like he's just gonna be able to push anybody back. Myles Garrett, Aaron Donald. If you line him up on the outside, he can push anybody back. It's crazy. So I mean, yeah, there's that. But yeah, that's pretty much the 3 guys to look out for this NFL season, or for this college season. That the Houston Texans could potentially get. Let me know some guys that y'all would like to see, or let me know some guys that y'all would like to see the Houston Texans draft. And I believe we're gonna start trying to do some player breakdowns for college and NFL. So give us some players down in the description that we could potentially break down. But yeah, that's pretty much the video. I hope you guys have a good day, and this Clutch City Entertainment out. Peace.